Ask the question, how can we serve our own? And also, how can we serve the million, the more than the million? And I know there's a lot of that kind of thinking going on here in Glenview right now. But to have that as a passion burning, we're not going to force this on people, but that there are people out there waiting for this. You know, just 2 days ago, Mehmet Oz was on the Oprah Winfrey show. And what did he say? What word did he keep using? Conjugal love. What happens, you know, Jonathan Simmons, Jeremy's brother, makes spoons. And on the Oprah Winfrey show, one of the cooks was cooking, and Oprah said, "What's that spoon?" And she says, "Oh, this is a Jonathan spoon. I only cook with Jonathan spoons." Well, guess what? He was caught short-handed. He didn't have enough factories to make the spoons to get them to the people that ordered Jonathan spoons because of that one broadcast. Are we prepared for something of that magnitude happening to our church where we don't even have enough books published? Think about that. This is what the Lord has in store. Are we prepared to be able to meet those kinds of needs? And if this is the Lord's second coming, things like that will happen. And how can we begin to imagine if each one of us had to quit what we're doing and go out and serve? It could be that extreme. But for right now, let's just worry about the million. What can we do to meet the needs of the million, thinking outside of the box? I think I want to end there. Why don't we just hand out the cards, though? And we have cards for all the employees of our church. And the cards have the core purpose on the front and then the core values on the back. And our employees are required to carry these at all times. So I can go up to Pete Buss and say, "Do you have your card?" And he's got it with him. And this keeps us where we are as a church. If we want to change this, let's change this. But let's know what we're about. Now, you're all employees of the general church, whether you get paid or not. I just want to, you know, how large is your staff in the Glenview Church? How large is your staff? How large? How many? 22. No, that's the wrong answer, Pete. How large is your staff?
Every week.
100, 122? How many in your congregation? 190. You have a staff of 190. Don't think that your staff is hired to serve you. It's backward thinking. That's not it. You don't have a staff to serve you, and everybody's happy here. You are the staff, hired and called by the Lord to go out and serve here and out there. You are a key part of this, and you've all been called in different ways. You don't all have to be knocking on doors. Whatever you do in your daily life, you are the staff of this congregation to serve not only in the congregation, but to serve the outlying community out there. Change your thinking. So as employees of the Glenview congregation, I'm handing you your cards, and I'll be back in a month. And I'm going to come up to people and say, "Do you have your card, your vision card?" You can just pass these along the rows. And, take this as a commitment to live these core values. Okay, I'm going to just turn it over to, it's one thing to have the vision. What are we actually doing? And I'm going to turn this over to Wayne. But one of the main things I want to hear from this is I want to hear from you what you're doing here from your board and your pastor's council so that the uses of Glenview can be put into our strategic plan. Did you get that? I want to have a book when it's open for the general church that we see the Glenview Society in that book and the things that you're doing and how it coordinates with other congregations and our schools. And over to Wayne.